Hello students, today we will discuss about rise of the novel in the 18th century. Okay, there are two main classes of fictional prose narratives, namely the tale of romance and the novel. The tale of romance depends for its chief interest on incident and adventures, whereas the novel depends more on the display of character and motive. In addition to story or plot, the novel tends to be more complicated than the tale. There is little doubt that the modern novel had its roots in the medieval romances, such as Sir Gawain and the Green Knight and those dealing with the legends of King Arthur. Causes for the rise of the novel. First, the rise of the middle classes. The literature of the 17th century flourished under the patronage of the upper classes. The 18th century in English social history is characterized by the middle classes. Because of immense growth in trade and commerce, the English merchant class was becoming increasingly wealthy, and this newly rich class was desirous of giving themselves an aristocratic touch by appearing to be learned and sophisticated like the nobility and the landed gentry. Next, the growth of newspaper and magazines. In the 18th century, the appearance of newspapers and magazines led to an immense increase in the number of readers. These new readers from the middle class society had no classic tradition to influence their taste. They cared little for the opinions of Dr. Johnson and the famous literary club, and so far they read fiction, they apparently took little interest in the exaggerated romances of impossible heroes and picturesque stories of intrigue and villainy which had interested the upper classes. Next, the rise of realism. The 18th century literature was characterized by the spirit of realism, and during this period is noticed the decline of romantic features such as enthusiasm, elemental passion, and imagination. The literature of the 18th century is imbued with the color of reason, intellect, correctness, decorum, and a satirical spirit, both in poetry and fiction of the 18th century. The dominant note is realism. The novel was widely used as a powerful medium for the exploration and representation of social reality. Next is spread of the democratic ideals. The rise of the novel was also the result of the spread of democratic feelings in the 18th century England. The romance-like tragedy has been almost consistently aristocratic in the range of its interest and characters. And even Defoe, while he repudiated romantic convention in this, as in all other respects, still held aloof from the ordinary social world, merely substituting adventures and criminals for princes and Arcadian shepherds. The comprehensiveness of the novel, its free treatment of characters and doings of all sorts and conditions of men, and especially its sympathetic handling of middle class and low life, are unmistakable evidences of its democratic quality. It was not by accident, therefore, that it appeared at a time when, during Sir Robert Walpole's firm rule, England was settling down after a long period of military excitement, and when With the consequent growth of commerce and industry, the prestige of the old feudal nobility was on the wane, and the middle class were increasing steadily in social and political power. Next, a rise of periodical essay. During the 18th century, the seeds of the novel of character were sown in the periodical essays of Addison and Steele. In the Spectator paper, not only we find the novel of character but also the origin of the social and domestic novel. If Addison had pinned the Cavalry papers together with a stronger plot, if instead of only referring to the widow who had stolen Sir Roger's affections, he had introduced a definite love theme, if he had introduced some full-length female characters, he would have produced the first regular novel in English. Next, the role of circulating libraries. Most circulating libraries stocked all types of literature, but novels were widely regarded as their main attraction, and there can be little doubt that they led to the most notable increase in the reading public for fiction which occurred during the 18th century. They certainly provoked greatest volume of contemporary comment about the spread of readers. These slop shops in literature were said to have devoured the mind of schoolboys, ploughboys, servant women of the better sort, and even of every butcher and baker, cobbler and tinker throughout the three kingdoms. Next, the role of women. In the 18th century, women of the upper and the middle classes could partake in few of the activities of their menfolk. Whether of business or pleasure, it was not usual for them to engage in politics, business, or the administration of their estates. While the main masculine leisure pursuits such as hunting and drinking also varied. Such women therefore had great deal of leisure, and this leisure was often occupied by omnivorous reading. Lady Mary Wortley Montagu, for example, was an avid novel reader, asking her daughter to send a list of novelists copied down from newspaper advertisements, and adding, "I doubt no that at least the greater part of these are trash, lumber, etc. However, they will serve to pass away the idle time later, and at a definitely lower class level." Miss Thrale recounted that by her husband's order, she was not to think of the kitchen, and explained that it was a result of this enforced leisure that she was driven on literature as a resource. Last, the decline of drama. The steady rise of the novel was also due to the fact that there was a steep decline in the theatre during the early 18th century. The drama no longer made any pretense of holding the mirror up to nature. Drama, which had helped to satisfy the natural human desire for a story, was moribund. Something else had to take its place. With the passing of Licensing Act in 1737 by the Whig Ministry of Walpole, the novel seemed to be the only major species of literature to meet with the taste of the public. The reading public was in demand of a new form to fulfill its desire for story and social pictures. This craving of the public was adequately met with the rise of the novel after 1740. The novel had its humble birth in the 16th and 17th century and reached a great height in the age of Pope and Dr. Johnson. It was immediately after 1740 that English novel came to embody, as no other literary form, the spirit and temper of the age. Novel as realistic work of art blossomed in the hands of the four wheels of the novel, Richardson, Fielding, Stern, or Smollett. A number of regions account for its unprecedented rise and popularity of the novel in the 18th century. This class of readers had hitherto been neglected by the hero writers. Their tastes and aspirations were expressed by the novelists of the time. The novel was in fact the product of the middle class and sensibilities. With the rise of the middle classes, the rise of the novel was quite natural. Dr. Johnson and the famous literary club, and so far they read fiction, they apparently took little interest in the exaggerated romances of impossible heroes and picaresque stories of intrigue and villainy which had interested the upper classes. Some new type of literature was demanded, and this new type of literature which expressed the new ideals of the 18th century.